And we are here back on Let's Not Argue here on New Twist Radio, newtwistradio.com, and the New Twist Radio app. And I'm here with Dope DNA, the star of the show.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, brother?
Man, everything's amazing, man. I just been waiting to get back to the show.
Yeah.
Now.
It's it happens when you have things that you're doing in life and things get in the way. But like I said before,
Yep.
a lot of people you weren't able to hear me before. We were having some technical difficulties, and those things happen in this line of work. But we put out a show a couple months back. Put out a little, I guess, in the world of Hollywood, they would call it a pilot episode. And then now we're back
introduction.
Together. Yeah, a little introduction.
Yes.
And now we're back. We're back to bring you the real and Let's Not Argue. And it's called Let's Not Argue, but of course I know there's going to be some people that want to argue.
Right.
And I'm sure we'll be there for that too. But I want to get right into it. And talk about something. We had since we've been gone, there's been plenty of things going on. The impeachment of Donald Trump. There's been all types of things. Kobe Bryant's passing away, which really affected so many people. I knew he was a great basketball player. I've been following him since I was like in the 8th, 9th grade, 7th, 8th grade, something like that. Since he was in high school. But I myself didn't realize the impact that his death would have on so many people throughout the world. I just had no idea.
You got to figure that we've been watching him since he was a kid, literally 17 years old.
And I figured in Philadelphia, absolutely. But across the world, I didn't know. I didn't realize.
Because even with basketball, when you're like a top high school player, they know you across the country and across the world because they know you're going to the NBA.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So the NBA is making sure that they, get this face out there. And then it's like, he was a superstar in the era of the internet.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So his fan base is like, just across the board crazy. You got to figure, you know what I'm saying? From the time he's 17, all the way up until now when he passes away, his career, we've been watching him. You know what I mean? He spent more years in the NBA than on Earth before he got to the NBA. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, it's like people feel like they knew him, like we grew up with him.
Absolutely. And that's how I felt. I felt like I lost somebody I knew. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah. You knew his ups, his downs. You was there the whole ride. You know what I mean? Bad games, good games, court cases. You know what I mean? He wasn't married. He didn't have no kids. Now he got kids. You know what I mean? All the fans was there the whole
Olympics,
ride.
Oscars,
from Lower Merion all the way through.
Absolutely. And, what came with that, the fact that people, the world was affected. The world became a lot smaller, during that time of the grieving of his passing. But one thing that came from it that was not positive, and I felt two different ways about it. The interview with Gayle King and Lisa Leslie. And if you haven't seen this interview by now, honestly, I haven't seen the interview, but I heard some of the questioning from it. There were people that were pissed off, for lack of a better term. And before even hearing the questioning, I couldn't understand why people were so pissed off because, of course, I didn't hear the question. But when you heard about it, what was your reaction to that? How did you feel about the questioning itself? Not yet the attacks yet. We're going to go to the attacks on her, but how did you feel about the questioning?
I really wasn't, felt no type of way about the question. You know what I mean? It just, I really more so keyed in on Lisa Leslie's response, which was brilliant. Everybody has a right to ask a question. I didn't get mad at questions. You know what I'm saying? She asked the question. I think Lisa Leslie did good at answering it and saying, when that man was here, you had ample enough time to ask him about his case. I don't know anything about that.
Right.
I wasn't there. I can't, my thing is, with Gayle King and people like Oprah, y'all supposed to be this, this woman power, woman's empowerment, and women. That's cool, but here you are. The only reason you want to talk to this woman is so you can talk about this man.
Yeah.
You wasn't interested in Lisa Leslie. With so much Lisa Leslie got going on in her life and all the trailblazing she did, you're not even calling her up to ask her about what's going on in her life. You just want her to be there because I heard you was friends with Kobe Bryant. I feel some type of way about that if I was Lisa Leslie. Like, y'all ain't call, I wouldn't even take the interview. Y'all ain't called me to ask me nothing about my life.
See, and that's why
how
that's
I'm
why
doing.
We do this. That's why because me, I didn't even think about that. You brought that. That's a whole nother aspect that you done put in my head right there. I didn't even think about that. That they, they wouldn't even be talking to her had it not been for.
That's the first.
Yeah.
That was my first question when I heard about it. I'm like, okay, so what were they interviewing Lisa Leslie for? Like, were they interviewing Lisa Leslie about Lisa Leslie and just threw that in, or was the purpose of this interview about Kobe Bryant? And then I found out it was about Kobe Bryant. So y'all didn't even want to know nothing about this woman. Her kids, her mama, her daddy, her husband, I don't know, her girlfriend, whatever. What you got going on? You own any stores? You got any business? No. We want to talk to you about Kobe Bryant, and then we're going to make this thing about a rape case that it's over. It's been over. It's on the books. It's done. Nobody knows what happened, what was going on. And really, that's why we got you here for this setup question right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, with all the people in the world that's actually doing this, like the Weinsteins and stuff like that, how come they don't summon y'all to interview them?
Right.
How come they don't, summon y'all to say, hey, go talk to Charlie Sheen and Weinstein and all these people? It's just like, let's just sit down and just drag the black men through the mud as much as we can. And we're going to use black women to do it.
And
like, you a billionaire. Y'all got plenty of money. Y'all can't say no.
How about it?
You can't say no.
And see that, and that comes into, and let me play the side of Gayle for a second. Not play the side. Let me come to her aid with what you said there. And by no means have I ever really been a fan of Gayle. But with what you just said, could she have said no? Probably, right? But it's not like, see, if it were Oprah and Oprah's working for Oprah and asking the questions, I have a little more anger towards Oprah if it was Oprah doing it. Now that it's Gayle doing it for CBS, now you kind of get into the worker mentality. She may have been so. Now the way these things work, a lot of times producers come up with these questions. Okay.
Yeah.
And the interviewer does as well, but a lot of times producers come up with these questions, and then they have to, they go into asking these questions. And she could have decided, said, no, I don't want to ask this, and the producer could have said, look, you need to ask this question. This is going to give you whatever. Right. But then a few days later, it comes out that Gayle gets a raise from CBS after this. She gets a raise from it. So
because good job well done.
Man.
Job well done on that mammy shit.
So
you know what I'm saying? That mammy shit is like, because we know who behind the questions, we know who behind the curtain. It's no longer hidden. We know who behind it. CBS, we know who's behind it. So we know who wrote that question. My thing is, where's your dignity? Where's your dignity? Why are you stooping below your dignity for this? And I understand journalism. You want to go for the good story. You want to go, but where's the responsible journalism?
So
I understand you want to go for the gossip because that's what people want to hear, the gossip, and bringing that up, that's just gossip. Because we don't have no facts. We don't have no proof. We don't have anything. So at this point, it's just gossip. And they know that's how they lock black folks particularly in. That's our problem right now. We just on this gossip stuff. Like, that's all we want to tune into is gossip, gossip, gossip. You know what I'm saying? As much as everybody mad, the people that's mad at the question, they also tune in to hear gossip shit like that all day long. All day. That's all reality TV is. Your housewives, your basketball wives, your black ink. It's all just gossip stuff that you would hear. You wouldn't really see on TV. You just hear about it maybe at work or so-and-so cheated with or did this or that and got to be. That was on. It's just gossip, man.
They created visual gossip.
We locked in it. Yes, visual gossip, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's what, I guess, before that reality TV, it was soap opera. You know, soap opera shit.
And it was all scripted, all fake.
Okay, it's all scripted gossip, and when we get into it so much that it affects us, man, we can't pay attention to nothing. Now, we don't even search for truth no more. We just want to hear the gossip. You got some juicy gossip? Nah, then they don't even. Black folks ain't even interested, man.
So
gossip,
let's change
celebrities and then celebrity gossip.
Let's change up the angle a little bit. All right. So Gayle did the interview. The interview comes out. People see the interview, see clips of the interview, whatever the case may be. And the next day, she's getting bombarded with attacks from your everyday people, from your famous people. One in particular that caught a lot of people's attention was Snoop Dogg's response, what he said, you know, and all like that. And he has since apologized for the way he went about saying it, for the things that he said. He still didn't like what was said by Gayle, but he apologized for it, for the way he attacked her.
My thing with that is like, you know, you just got to realize just because people got, you know, considered black, you know, got that skin, and when we got that brown skin, and that we consider black, it don't mean that they're for black people. It doesn't necessarily just automatically makes you a person that's for black people. You know, so if you're for black people, and the first question I ask is, before I even get into anything, is my decision in this, how would this affect black people? How would this help or harm black people? So she might not give a shit at all what Snoop or nobody said. She just got to play the role for it. But really, because you saw the question before it was asked. The question didn't sneak up on you. It snuck up on us. But it didn't sneak up on you. You knew everything that was going to be talked about, and you were okay with that. So that's the karma of it. That's the universe saying, I got one for you, too.
Do you think the attacks were justified?
Yeah, it's justified because you're in the public eye.
You're in the public. So everybody's
you know, you're not immune or you know, not subject to getting how other people feel about you. You wanted to tell how you feel about Kobe. Now people tell her how they feel about you.
So let me tell you how I felt about it. I for one did not feel sorry about the attacks.
No.
I mean, like you said, she's a public figure. People are entitled to their opinions. It is what it is. There's two things that I felt. I felt like she was doing a job, and she she probably thought she had that aha moment. You know, at least with Lisa Leslie, I got that aha moment, that R. Kelly moment, when, you know, she interviewed R. Kelly. R. Kelly goes crazy. Everybody knows who Gayle King is again. She probably thought she had that aha moment, and it kind of backfired on her. Now, with that being said, I felt like the attacks. Now, this is me personally. This is Jay Crit. This is my personal opinion. I thought that the attacks on Gayle and Oprah, although made perfect sense, what people were saying, I thought that the energy could have been used very differently. And let me tell you why.
Yeah.
When I saw some of the things that were coming across, it was probably about, I want to say 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And my TV is on, and Tamron Hall, are you familiar with Tamron Hall?
Yes.
Tamron Hall's show was on TV. And my thoughts I tweeted it, I put it on my Facebook and my Instagram and all that. My thoughts went from, instead of tearing them down, why don't we build up a new queen to take the reins? You know what I mean? Because we can be quick to tear something down. We can, whether it's deserved or not.
Don't build anything.
But not build it up,
and
right?
Not build
anything up. I think Tamron Hall. I'm not really in the daytime TV too much. You know, I have an overnight job. I'm sleeping a lot of times during the day. But when I see Tamron Hall, I can't really say that when I've seen her show that I've not enjoyed what she has been talking about. It's always been pretty much positive. You know, and and she's on daytime TV. Oprah was on daytime TV. Oprah was the queen of daytime TV at one point. Gayle tried to be queen of daytime TV, didn't work out for her. Tamron could be queen of daytime TV if we elevated her to that, like we did Oprah.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the thing, I think, a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that these people are stupid. They are very intelligent. The Gayle King, they are very smart. So
absolutely,
I know that the check cleared before the interview.
Oh yeah,
the check cleared way before the interview. And so she knew this backlash. She knew all of that. She knew all of that was coming down the pipe.
Yeah, that raise. When it was announced that she got a raise, she had got the raise already.
Yeah,
it wasn't just 2 days later.
She, by the time we get the information, it's a week late.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's already bought new jets, new Bentleys, new new homes, new summer houses. By the time we get the news, it already happened months ago. So this with America, there will be no mistakes. There will be no no sneaking up. There will be no this was going to happen. It's all calculated. It's all scripted. It's all most people we just trapped in a world where we think this is just happening out of nowhere.
Absolutely.
Out of nowhere, like she saw this question for a whole week on the paper, on the script that she got sent to her home. You know what I mean? And the check, when they sent the script, they sent the check with it.
Right. This interview didn't just come out of nowhere. They prepared for this interview.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, like they were just walking down the hall of CBS, and Lisa Leslie just so happened to be in the building. And they like, oh, you want to go and do an interview real quick? But no. This is everybody knew where they were going to be and at what time on what day. And what they were going to be doing.
You're listening to Let's
Not
Argue.
We ain't talked about Lisa Leslie in 15 years.
How about it?
All right, I ain't heard nobody bring up her name in 15 years.
I was kind of shocked when they said, when they said it was an interview with Lisa Leslie. I'm like, wow, what's going on?
Yeah, and they tried to get another black woman on board to take down the black man. That's what that was about. White people, this is how they do it. They sneak. It wouldn't look right or even feel right in the world for white people to be interviewing R. Kelly or Michael Jackson or Bill Cosby or Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant, because it'd be automatically you'll see like, oh, these crackers, see these white people, they sneak out. We'll get this black woman to take them down.
Well, there's definitely a game that needs to be played with that. There's definitely a game that needs to be played with that. And having been on that side, it's definitely better for. What's the? I just had the term in my head, but there's definitely better for. I guess you can say like crowd control when you have someone talking to those people that look like those people. It's better for crowd control because, like you said, when it's not of the same color, it comes off as comes off as a little elitist in a sense, right? So let's say I can't even think of let's say what's his name, Brian Williams from NBC. Let's say he was interviewing R. Kelly, right? It would have looked 10 times. It probably would have looked a hell of a lot worse. With R. Kelly, same reactions and all like that. Probably looked a hell of a lot worse than Gayle, right? So in that sense, I understand where that's coming from with CBS having to play that game. That's why they hire those people. You understand what I'm saying? That's why they hire those people to.
They know who they got working for them.
That's why Gucci had to hire Dapper Dan. You know what I mean? They had to have a face to and hopefully they listen to him and not make the mistakes that they've made before. I don't wear Gucci. First of all, it's too expensive for me, and I don't care. It doesn't the name don't mean nothing to me. But I wear regular stuff. You know what I mean? But
right, me and you both.
Right. So it's just like these things. It's a game that's played. It's a cycle that's made. I understand it. I get it.
Absolutely.
It is what it is. Real quick, let me just put this out there. You're listening to Let's Not Argue with myself, Jay Chris, and Dope DNA. Plug the restaurant real quick, brother.
Yo, Dope DNA, what up?
Plug the restaurant.
Oh, Go Vegan Philly in Conshohocken, 401 Fayette Street, inside the Eisenberg's Deli. That's Go Vegan Philly. You can Google us. We come right up. Go Vegan Philly.
Absolutely.
Country Hawkins. Yes.
Funny story, right? So you remember I texted you. I told you the wife was coming, but you had an event that night, right? And she couldn't get in. Like, she was at the door. She saw people, and she was like, "Why can't I get?" She's calling me. "I can't get in. Call Sean. I can't get in." Blah, blah, blah. I didn't know you had an event that night, right? She was like, "Didn't you call him and tell him?" I was like, "No, I didn't call him. I just texted him, told him that, you know." I said, "You said you talked to him." I said, "Well, I texted him." So she was hot. She was hot.
Oh,
with me,
I know
right?
she was. I know she was flaming like, "Oh my God, I'm over y'all Country Hawkins."
Right, she's all the way out there, right? And then she had some people, because actually her birthday was in December, okay, and she had planned on coming out there for her birthday, right? Some of her friends she wanted to go out to the spot since you opened it, and she was like, she was gonna go for her birthday, but there were some conflicts in the schedule and she couldn't make it. So when she got out there, then she was mad, right? And I'm like, man, she coming back home. What am I gonna do? She gonna be mad at me. I ain't doing nothing. Luckily, and unfortunately, at the same time, she got lost coming back, and she had time to cool off, and she wasn't mad anymore.
Boy, the universe was looking out for you that night.
Yes, it was. Yes,
God was really on your side.
Yes, it was. So I wanted to bring up one more conversation before we close this off. And it was a conversation that we actually had, you and I actually had, after we recorded the first episode of Let's Not Argue, that I wish we were recording at the time, right? So when we recorded, it was just after, maybe a week or two after, Colin Kaepernick had his workout for the NFL, had that staged workout, right? So many things have come out since then that, you know, you and I may or may not have known at the time, or we had our opinions, we had our thoughts. So we didn't have that conversation on there, but let's have that conversation now. Now, I was one that felt like, I personally felt like the workout itself was BS, right? But I did feel like by him taking over the location and everything, and basically pissed everybody off, I felt like that was him controlling the narrative of the workout, because I felt like if he went ahead with the workout under the NFL's guidelines, we would have never really got the real story. And it would have been, well, he's not good anymore. You know, we would have saw the video that they wanted us to see and all like that. Because they said it was like two teams that wanted to see him. That's BS, because if it's two teams, you're not going to. Nobody has a big stadium workout. They were going to have it at the stadium in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Nobody has a big stadium workout for two teams.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
They could have did that shit outside on Peachtree Street.
Right. It just does not happen that way. Right?
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. Yeah. So from the rip, kind of knew it was BS. But however, we learned later on that all the teams are going to be there. Now, that being the case, it still didn't need to be at the stadium in Atlanta. Right? They could have had it just where they had it. And when Colin Kaepernick saw the contract, he didn't like the terms of the contract that said only the NFL's cameras can do this, that, and the third, and you know, but he controlled the narrative. So I felt like he did his due diligence by controlling the narrative, and I'm a big proponent of controlling the narrative. That's why I have the radio station. Yeah. I'm trying to change the narrative out there. That's why I have this. I'm a big proponent of controlling the narrative. Now, and I thought it was a good thing for him. Now, let me take it a little bit further. Part of the conversation we did not have. I felt like, and maybe it might be under him, it might be beneath him at this point. I felt like he should be playing in the XFL right now, just to show that he can still play. That's how I feel about it. And maybe it's beneath him, maybe it's not the money. I don't know. You know, I can't make that call.
I mean, if it's just about playing football,
right? If it's just about playing football, playing the XFL, the CFL, something like that.
Yeah.
So we'll, you know,
they have other leagues you can get in. You know, if it's really about that, and you know your calls and everything, you know that you're doing. you know, but I'm still a little on the fence about him and wary about him, about, you know what I mean, what his real plot and agenda is with that whole thing.
And
you know what I mean? Because I know that America has a way of creating characters when they need them.
Absolutely.
When they need them. You know what I'm saying? That boy was raised by an all-white family. There ain't no black people in his family.
His parents were not. His parents, I thought one was black, one was white. That's not the case.
Oh, yeah, but they got adopted somewhere else by all white family.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, when he came into the league, he ain't want nothing black. He didn't want to do nothing black. If you look at him on the field, you thought he was a white boy. Then all of a sudden, he throw on this black leather jacket, try to play Black Panther with it, and grow his hair out, and you know, it all changes. It's like,
might have been part
let me disrupt. Let me, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, Americans create these characters, man, and then we get all
might
involved
have something to do
with
his girlfriend at the time.
Yeah, because the NFL can't do nothing about injustice. They just play football.
Right.
NFL can't do nothing. It won't do nothing. Not that it can't. It won't. It's not their game.
No,
their game.
They don't need to.
You know what I'm saying? White people. Yeah, white people watch it. You ever look at an NFL crowd? Ain't no black people out there. Maybe a couple.
Now,
maybe a couple.
And it's funny. So I do. Actually, I am like, I thought it was kind of weird that I do it. I look at a lot of crowds when I watch sports. I look to see who's in what seats, not for celebrities. I just look to see what type of people are in what seats, what they're dressed like, and all like that. All-Star game yesterday. Certain, you know, you saw a certain type of people in the crowd.
That's right.
Basketball games.
And guess what? And I was saying this to my wife. Like, on the court is 100% black people. On the court. 10 out of 10 players is black. But all the coaches is white. All the important positions, the managerial position, the supervisor position, and the owner positions are all white.
So let's say 90% of the people on the court, 90% black, right? Because we got the game is expanded worldwide. We don't know what some of the people are now because the European, they got everywhere, right?
Yeah, but
flip that.
Many Europeans they got in the NBA, the All-Star game is still, like you said, 90% black.
Right. So and flip that. Now only 10%. 10% of the front office, if that. I'm being generous.
If that.
I'm being generous.
Right.
10% of the front office.
Really.
Is black. And the NFL is probably even worse. NFL is probably even worse. But so
worse.
I don't know. Do you remember some of the things that you were saying? You were saying about I'm sorry, I had to shorten my headset. Some of the things you were saying about the Kaepernick workout. Do you remember some of your thoughts at the time?
I just thought like it was all just like, to me it just seemed all rehearsed, scripted activity, man. You know what I mean? Like, why would I audition? Why would Harriet Tubman leave the plantation only to come back to the masters and say, well, let me audition to get back. Let me show you how well I can pick cotton now. I still can pick it really good. You know, I know I left and now you don't want me back on the plantation because I've been gone for so long. But let me just show you how fast I've been picking it since I've been gone. Because I want to be back. It's still the same people you were mad at. It's still the same league you distanced yourself from and that you were mad at. Why do you want to go back?
Man.
You left the plantation. You're gone. You're away. You said them crackers, they racist, they got it. You're gone. Okay, they said go be independent. Go do your own thing. Start your own league. Do your own thing. They let you go. And speaking of plantation, most of them had no fences. So it was mental why people stayed there. They had no high fences that you couldn't jump over. They had no fences at all.
They just knew you had to run.
You get to just walk off if you want. You know what I'm saying? You walked off. You are away. And I'm not. Imagine, you know, Harriet Tubman or one of them, Dessalines, saying, I'm gone. I'm free now. You know what? Let me audition for them now, and just so they can see how well I can really do this sugar cane again. Like, no, you gone. Stay gone.
So
stay gone.
Let's we just got a little bit of time left, but let's talk about let's kind of discuss. So the flip side of the Kaepernick deal, right? Kaepernick still does not play in the NFL. I don't think he'll ever play in the NFL again. I've been saying that from the rip. He'll never play in the NFL again.
No, not football. Not football. It's not like basketball. Like Mike could just retire, go away for 2 years, come back, still be Mike. Football is something you got to constantly do.
Right.
You have to constantly play that sport because even if they hired him today and put him out there tomorrow, he'd go out there and break something. It's over because his body ain't used to being out there.
Right, absolutely. And
you got to be out there. Football is something you got to keep doing.
Let's talk about the X's and O's. That game of football changes probably more than any other game that we know.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The schemes of things, it changes so much. But what I wanted to talk about was the fact that he does not and will not be back in the NFL. But there are people who probably should, and I'm talking about on both. I'm talking about black and white that are in the NFL that got second chances or whatever the case may be, and or didn't even need a second chance because they never were suspended or never taken off a team, and are still there.
That's what politically correct means. They made that up to be politically correct. All that means is you are never to talk about black people. You are never to help black people. You are never to suggest that we help black people. You can beat your wife. You can beat your kids. You remember Adrian Peterson beat that 3-year-old boy with a switch from a tree?
Yeah, and he was suspended for a year.
In court that case? Okay, he got his job back.
And he got in his back. He's still playing today.
All right, 98% of them NFL players go home and beat the crap out of their wives. And the wives stay because they pay all the bills. And they want to continue to go to the mall and live a life where they ain't got to pay no bills. Okay? 98% of them beat the crap out of their wives. We only hear about some of them because they get caught on tape, like Ray Rice on that elevator. That's the only reason why you heard about it. And the NFL had to admit it because the tape was already out. Had the tape not released, and he would be back in the NFL. Where he messed up was he did it on tape. That's why they were mad at him. Like, goddamn, boy, you ain't supposed to smack on tape. You smack her off the camera.
Because before the tape, it was only like 3 games.
Yeah.
The suspension was like before the tape came out.
So the NFL doesn't care, obviously, about children being beat with sticks and switches and belts and stuff. And they don't care about women getting black eyes every other week from their husband.
So,
and their children getting beat because these boys' brains is rattled.
So let's take it to a layman's level, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
My job, right?
Here's the thing about the NFL, though, real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. This is why Kaepernick won't ever play again. The NFL, I just told my wife this. The NFL is not like the NBA. The NBA, the players are more important than the NBA logo and the NBA as a league. In the NFL, the logo in the league is more famous than the players.
That's why they call it the shield.
Reason being, because the NFL, their faces are covered. You can't fall in love with somebody whose face you never see.
Right.
You know what I mean? We know what Magic Johnson looked like, what Allen Iverson looked like, what Kobe Bryant looked like. So they fall in love with these players personally. You will have 1 million people stop being fans of the Lakers if Kobe Bryant went and got traded to the Chicago Bulls. Now they fans of the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah. And we've seen
because
it with LeBron.
Kobe ain't there.
We've seen it with LeBron.
You know what I'm saying? Even with LeBron. All the Cleveland fans left. Now it was fans of Miami. Because LeBron he's down south.
Yeah.
And NFL don't care. The fans stay. We don't care who gets traded from the Eagles. You're going to always be an Eagles fan.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because you're more, the logo stands out more than the players because we can't see their faces.
Right.
The faces are always covered. This is why the NFL has a rule that you can't take your helmet off when you score a touchdown. You can't take your helmet off. Because if the rule wasn't there, these players couldn't wait to take their helmet off after they score so people could see their face.
There you go.
To see what they look like.
There you go.
A lot of these players, nobody knows who they look like. If they was walking down the street, you wouldn't even know who they were.
You're absolutely
you wouldn't even know who they were.
You're absolutely right. Unless it was like one of the top players, you're absolutely right.
One of the top players, that a Tom Brady, somebody they show all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? But other than that, it's like if Sherman or somebody was just walking down the street or some running back, you wouldn't know. You'd just be another black dude that just walked by you.
One of the biggest stars on Philadelphia right now, Miles Sanders, one of the newest biggest stars. If he walked past me right now, I wouldn't know it was him. I would probably say you look familiar, but I wouldn't know it was him.
Yeah. If Fletcher Cox was just in a nightclub, you'd be like, that's a big-ass bouncer. You know what I mean? You'd be like, I know he got to be a bouncer. They'd be like, yeah, that's Fletcher Cox. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't see his face. So this is why the NFL doesn't care to Imagine the NBA telling LeBron James right now, you can't come back to this league. The league would fold.
Yeah.
It would be over. The best player in the world is not playing in the best league. It doesn't make, you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. The league will be over. To tell Kobe Bryant and LeBron James, y'all ain't allowed back here. They would do everything in their power to smooth over a story.
Great point. That's a great point you made right
They would do everything like they did with the Kobe Bryant story. They would do everything in their power, like they did with Charles Barkley and Magic Johnson. And Jordan. They caught all of them gambling on the game, but they smoothed that shit over.
Absolutely.
Because the NBA will fold if the world ever found out that the greatest players were betting on the games and shaving points.
And speaking of which, let me totally unrelated, but related at the same time. And I people that listen may or may not be baseball fans. Pete Rose being held out of the Hall of Fame. I'm a baseball fan. I'm a baseball guy. Mm-hmm. Pete Rose has the most base hits in Major League Baseball history. Over 100-year history, I think over 150-year history of Major League Baseball, and they won't allow him into the Hall of Fame because he gambled on games while he was a manager.
Right.
He should be in the Hall of Fame.
They take that personal that you were cutting into their money.
Yeah.
Take that personal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, Google Dick Gregory and Google. That's why they gave that boy Magic Johnson that age. Mm-hmm. They caught him gambling. That's why they killed Michael Jordan Pop. They caught them niggas gambling on the games. And if that story would have got out that them niggas was caught gambling, the NBA wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't even be talking about Kobe Bryant. None of them right now. They'd be over because the fans will leave. Like, damn, we thought we was watching something real, and all of this is made up. All of this is fake. All these games is fake. The score is already predetermined. Who gonna get? You know what I'm saying? And then another thing with like Pete Rose is, you get a lot of people that can hit the ball, hit a home runs out of home. Basketball, few and far between when you're going to get a Michael Jordan, a Allen Iverson, a Kobe Bryant, or LeBron James. Like every 10 years, you might get a stud like that to really be the face of all sports. Michael Jordan was the epitome, the top of any. Even if you play baseball, you wanted to be like Mike. If you play soccer, you wanted to be like Mike. If you play football, you wanted to be like Mike. Because you can see these boys' faces. They play on offense and defense.
So the core of me wants to disagree with what you said about baseball, but I know that's not the point you were trying to make. So I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
It's just they like the Staples. Like, man, we want to reach that level of success.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to be the Michael Jordan of baseball.
I want to be the Michael Jordan.
You know what I mean? If I'm a baseball player, I want to be the Michael Jordan of NFL. I want to be the Kobe Bryant of this thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You feel me? So, because they play offense and defense.
Yes.
A lot of other sports like football, you either play offense or you play defense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you look at these guys, man, and you're like, wow. If they ever got caught doing something crazy, disastrous, man, it'll bring down the whole league. So they got to keep a little leash on them. So it's easy for the NFL to get rid of Kaepernick and say, oh, well, we don't care. Even if he's good, even if he's talented, we don't care. We just get another guy in here. The NFL was not going to lose its fan base because them people there because they're fans of the NFL,
right?
And whatever team they like, Kansas City, Philadelphia, San Fran, they like the whole body of the whole team. In the NBA, it's more individual. Like, I'm a fan of LeBron. I'm a fan of Steph Curry. I'm only here to see Steph Curry. I don't care about the bench. I'm only here to see Jordan. I bought my ticket to see Jordan in action. I didn't buy my ticket to see whoever, Steve Kerr.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't buy my ticket for that. You know what I'm saying? I bought my ticket because I want to see Allen Iverson do what AI do. I didn't come here for Eric Snow. I did not. No, I didn't. I do not care.
There you have it. Well, look, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I do want to say this. I want to wrap it up with this, and I'll give you a chance to get your last words in. I love living in this country, right? Because it's one of the best countries in the world. That's why a lot of people want to be in this country, right? However, I've never lived in other countries, and I'm not saying.
I'm about to say, we can only say that we ain't never lived nowhere else.
I've visited, but I've never lived. And when you visit, you're on vacation for the most part. So vacations are always great. But one thing I do not like about this country, and I notice it more and more the older I get. I mean, it's always been this way. But the more open your eyes are to the way of the world, the more you know.
Mm-hmm.
This the obsession that we have in this country with tradition and symbolism is unhealthy.
Yes.
It's unhealthy.
Unhealthy.
It's unhealthy.
It is disastrous.
And
it is. And go ahead. You go.
I was going to say if there's there's plenty of things I don't like about the country, but if I can name one thing that I don't like about the country is our obsession with tradition and symbolism. And and it's the reason why a guy like Kaepernick doesn't have a job. He's not playing football anymore, right? It's part of the reason that so many things. It's part of the reason that an American flag is not supposed to touch the ground, and people will, have a fit. Matter of fact, let me tell you a real quick story. That's not going to take long. Real quick story. I'm at Yankee Stadium. Right, to see on July 4th weekend. July 4th is my birthday. I think it was the 3rd or the 5th. I'm at the game, and they say stand up, and remove your hats, and all like that for the national anthem. So I stood up, but I didn't remove my hat. And don't you know this lady, probably 4 or 5 rows back, had the nerve to start yelling at me about removing my hat?
Wow,
man,
I believe it.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. I'm
like, That's how serious they are about their flag, because they know why their ancestors took the country for them, and you gonna respect it when they're around. That's how they feel.
Man, oh man,
that's how they feel.
I'm gonna let you get your last words in.
Imagine.
No, finish your thought. Go ahead, finish your thought. Finish your thought. But yeah,
it's like imagine your mama and daddy, your grandparents, fighting a war, a civil war, a revolutionary war to take something for you so you can prosper, get it, and now it's yours. And then somebody try to disrespect it. Yeah. In their eyes.
Right.
You see your disrespect.
Yeah.
That's why they act like that. They know.
I get it.
They know. You know what I'm saying? And touching on that point is like, you said, you love the country. We ain't never lived nowhere else. I don't know what they got going on nowhere else, but I do know this. The people that come here, they come here because they know there's some black people over there we can take advantage of. And they'll give us all their money, even though we disrespect them.
Mm.
You can't get there nowhere else. Nobody else on the planet is that stupid. People come here because stupidity lives here. That's why they come. They don't come here because they're trying to get free from some oppression. There ain't no oppression nowhere like America. They come here because you can come here and black people, you can use black labor, black energy, and enrich yourself. It's the only place you can come and enrich yourself off another people's labor, and they won't ask you for nothing. Black people don't produce nothing but their sweat. Name something we produce. Nothing but sweat. We work for everybody else. We work for everybody else. Nobody works for us. There's just no black-owned company with a bunch of white people working for it, a bunch of Arabs working for it, a bunch of Chinese working for it. We work for everybody else. We don't produce nothing but sweat. And we love it. We don't ask for nothing. Like you just said, tradition and symbolism kills us. All you got to do is throw us a bone, and we'll be happy. We won't want our own 4-course meal, ever. That's what them Oscars is about, and them Grammys is about. And this little first black person to be commissioner, first black, all that. That's a doggy bone to keep you sit, boo, sit. Good dog.
Whew.
This dog will never want to be free. It'll never realize it's a dog. You know what I'm saying? Here's a bone. And now be good little niggas over there now, before we don't even give you this bone.
And let me stop you right there. That's why you have Go Vegan Philly. That's why you have New Twitch Radio. You know,
that's right.
That's why you have Teas with Attitudes. That's why you have a whole bunch of different, a different business. I can't shout them all out, but we're becoming more and more intelligent with what
symbolism. Anytime they give us a pick, remember that statue downtown they had of a pick, an Afro pick?
Is it still there?
That was no, they took it down.
Oh, okay. I do remember it though. I do remember it though. Yeah, I remember that.
They ain't give us. They ain't give us no bank, no school, no supermarket, nothing that could help us, that could really, that can further. But here's a pick. Y'all happy with that? We give y'all a pick in the ground. That don't put biscuits on black folk table. That don't put biscuits on black folk table. And black people be so happy and just so blushy faced at this crap that it make me sick. It made me sick.
Well, look,
like, man. Are you serious? That's nothing. You know, that's nothing. No other people can be this stupid, man. No other people, man. And I'm sorry, it is what it is. If you call it anything else, you're doing a disservice to black people by calling them dumb or silly or naive. And then no, it's stupid, man.
Well, it starts with
self-love.
Your child,
we gotta love.
We gotta love ourselves first. We gotta love ourselves first.
That's right. You better. We've been taught to love everybody else first.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm
fight
saying.
For everybody else. Don't fight for yourself.
Right.
Fix everybody else's roof when it's leaking. Don't fix your roof when it's leaking. You're only here to be the laborer. You're only here to help me gain everything and gain nothing for yourself. That kills us. And then we raise our children with that same mentality, then wonder why they out here doing crime, robbing and stealing and not caring about life.
Hold on.
I ain't did nothing.
Hold on. We got a lot more shows. This ain't going to be the only show. don't put it all out there today.
I got you. We got a lot more. We got a lot more. I got you. I'm gonna stop right there.
Well, look, I want to thank you for joining us or being on this. This is your show, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is your show. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it.
It's going to be a show. So, next week we'll talk.
You set them up. I knock them down.
There you go. So next week we'll be right back here on New Twist Radio, newtwistradio.com, and the New Twist Radio app. Make sure you download the New Twist Radio app from the Google Play Store, and also tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to listen to New Twist Radio and check out Let's Not Argue right here on newtwistradio.com at 8:00 every Monday. All right, and for my man Dope DNA and Go Vegan Philly, I want to thank y'all for listening, and we'll check y'all next week. We out. Peace.
Let's do it. We out.